right. PC Doug's here.
Yes, he's on an HP Omen. He bought this for this reason.
Yeah, none of this Apple
is my
nonsense.
career now.
We should have a little sponsored by Doug and Dad Walls Weekly logo. Yeah. What's it going to take to get Walls Weekly sponsorships, Doug?
Not much.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I chose a good like black marble with gold background. I feel like that'd be.
I'm watching it. It's sick.
I feel like maybe Walls Weekly we could do like different themes each week, plaster, brick, all sorts.
If you want, I will put your Twitch streaming like logo on the side of my plastering trowels. So
yep. So for all those people that, when you walk past a house and it's like, oh, this house, the solar panels provided by this, or this fencing is provided by this, it's like these walls were provided by the gaming company that brings you the best Dungeons and Dragons live stream you can get.
Smooth streams, smooth walls.
The synergy, I think, is just off the chain. But when last we left our heroes, it's day 4 of your journey through Elsir Vale. In the ruins of Vraath Keep, within the Witchwood, you had uncovered a plot of which you kind of already knew about, of orcs invading the Vale. You had been sent here by Mara to kind of prevent that, or at least to save as many people as you could in Elsir Vale and the cities of Brindle and others. Upon getting to this sort of forward scout party, you found its sort of leader, a shaman orc named Wormlord Koth, and proceeded to yeet him out the window with I can't remember who threw him out the window. Was it
threw Keg at him that knocked him out the window?
That's right.
And he didn't die.
He didn't die.
The worst
we then
bloke.
jumped down, I cut off his head, and then I threw his head into the middle of the keep and told his guys to leg it because we were coming.
And that worked on some of them.
And we did.
And some of them were very afraid and ran away. Some of those who weren't as moved and were a little bit more loyal to their orc king was this Minotaur, this sort of 10, 15 foot creature wielding a giant axe. Near you in the courtyard, one of the fleeing orcs actually runs into a nearby room, and you can hear the sound of an axe hitting a chain, and then a roar as if from a lion. And a figure shoots up into the sky. And it looks like this. It has the body of a lion,
son of a bitch,
the wings of a dragon, and a spine tail.
My God, it's Brent.
That's what Brent's hair used to look like.
It did look. Fucking Chimera, are you kidding me? Shit.
Are they rideable? Dan, what do I need to roll to see if I can ride that?
What's brilliant, and you're either going to hate and or love this, that is thanks to someone in chat actually redeeming points to bring in a wandering monster. So, we're having an evolving dynamic game now, and they decided to do this when there's only 2 of you because Saudade couldn't get out of bed and Alex couldn't get out of bed.
I mean, the wandering monster is like on our side because the orcs have been oppressing it, right? And he's like, fuck yeah, we're breaking out of this castle. Let's go, Kagan team, right?
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, Gronk is a lord of this castle, allegedly.
Oh no, it thinks that I'm in the hierarchy.
Isn't that where we landed last session? That Gronk kind of claimed this castle for himself, and I don't know if there's been a discussion with King Keg on where the vassalization kind of comes into play.
I haven't greenlit it yet.
Well, Keg, it is your turn.
I renounce Gronk and all his lands and titles.
Well, I think that's a bonus action.
All his land and title.
All his land and title, I renounce and, quite frankly, denounce as well, if I may. And I'm going to go to the spell book. So, all right, let's come on, guys. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Where's this chimera? All right, it's bloody close to Keg, isn't it?
It's flown up in the air, so it's probably quite high up at the moment. Right. It's a good 30 feet in the air.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We're gonna try and speak to this animal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What does Keg say?
Keg yells out to it. Firstly, Keg points at Gronk and denounces and renounces. And then Keg yells out to it and he says, "Hello there. I have a keg just like you that flies around. We have freed you from this castle. Join us in rebellion." And make a toast with my tankard towards it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I would say this is an animal handling check for sure. Or are you trying to make like a persuasion roll?
Let's just check my attributes and say that it's a
metagame the fuck out of this.
I mean, it was very persuasive, I feel.
It roars, and the roar doesn't sound as convinced, and you don't think it either understands you, or if it does, it wasn't happy with whatever it heard.
Gronk, it's your chimera. You sort this out.
That's a sort of free action though, as this sort of Minotaur and Battleborn orc are still kind of fighting with you right now.
We got a problem here today. All right, okay. A Minotaur is fighting with me. Mm-hmm. Oh man, my health is okay. All right, no problem. I'm here and I'm ready. Ready to go. I charge up away from it.
From the Minotaur?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's okay. It will try.
Now, it is reckless. So it has advantage on this attack, but any attacks against it have advantage as well. It's been living that orc lifestyle.
Maybe I should just attack it. Oh, man. This is the worst. We're going to have the worst day, Gronk. Get ready. Get ready for...
I feel like we should just kill. I feel like we should do it with their stat. Just kill what's in front of us. Worry about the flying thing later.
All right. Let's just begin murdering. Let's do that then. All right. Fine. We're gonna have a little bit of a murder. I'm so good at playing this game. You think by now? There we go.
Mm-hmm. I also have here that apparently the Minotaur is paralyzed. I assume that was from some kind of Saudade hit.
He knocked it down and paralyzed it, yes, and I was beating the shit out of it.
Yep.
Why are things not rolling? I'm clicking away.
Have you not got it selected?
Have you got it selected? Have you got the enemy targeted? Are you rolling from D&D Beyond, or are you rolling in Foundry?
I'm rolling in Foundry.
Well, let me click on Keg and see. Are you just trying to hit him with your thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that works for me. Oh, here we go. How many attacks did you do?
The NBN, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's two solid attacks, which you do get to do as part of your action, and I think they both hit. So then you got to roll damage, right? I'm going to set this thing so that it just auto rolls damage, just to make life easier for you.
Oh, please. Please do.
Yeah, always roll damage.
Make the second one.
That should be fine. Oh, and some branding smites. Is this what you're doing?
Yes, sir. That's what we're aiming at.
Okay. Weirdly,
I was clicking on branding smite, and nothing was happening.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because branding smite's just a spell that you cast on your weapon, right?
I know this. I know these things.
You know these things.
But it still wasn't popping up. Anyway, play on.
Yeah. Play where it lies. The first attack hit, doing 10 bludgeoning damage, plus your branding smite of 7. And your second attack, let's just give you... we roll damage anyway, because you actually did hit before. Further 10 damage, weakening this thing incredibly. It's still somewhat standing, but there's not much life left in it.
Minotaur, now is your chance to leave with your dignity intact.
Dignity.
That too.
Well, look, I don't know how much dignity this thing has. Looks pretty regal.
Paralyzed.
He's also paralyzed in place.
Is it gelding? Is it gelding what you do to bulls? I'm going to geld this Minotaur.
Could be. It could be.
Your mouth.
Before that, though, across the courtyard here, from this open door over to the east, you see an orc sort of show his head through the door, see what's going on out here, and go, "Nope," and close the door.
That's right. Classic orc move.
Give me an animal handling check, because one of these guard drakes is sort of sniffing about you. Oh, that's pretty good. They're getting a little bit closer, but they're not really sure what's going on. There's no orders from old mate who took a dive off the balcony to kind of pull them into gear. Who doesn't need orders, though, is the well-groomed orc battleborn, who's going to make 2 spiky gauntlet attacks on you, Gronk. First one misses. And the second one badly misses. All right, Saudade, I assume, is going to keep attacking. That's what this old man does.
You may even have a nap, It's one of the two.
Yeah. I don't even know how any of his abilities work. I'm pretty sure he gets 2 spear attacks, right?
I don't think he knows how they work.
He does a lot of shit with his hands, and then he does it 5 times for some reason.
He says that he uses a key point and then attacks 6 times. That's all I know.
Yeah.
He always rolls manual dice.
Yeah. I got a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, sure. Yeah. And he does a couple of unarmed strikes, I believe, with his...
Give him 4.
Yeah, just give him 100. And you want 12.
And then more eating into microphones. I know people love that sound.
It's ASMR. I'd have to put on the ASMR tag for Twitch when he just munches away on Skittles or whatever, but not today. So Saudade, after laying into the Minotaur, jumps back, stabs his spear into this orc that's attacking you, Gronk, and he says, "Get off my son!" And then, with his flurry of blows and infinite attacks, lays into him. This orc is still standing, but looking very beaten himself, as it is your turn, Gronk.
Excellent. I'm going to decapitate this Minotaur, and then I'm going to use it to gore the well-groomed battleborn orc to death.
Big dick move.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit. No, roll it again for my second attack.
You have advantage, by the way.
Oh,
Whoa! Damage. That's a lot of damage.
critical.
Now, do you get to hit the critical button over on the right? Does it pop up asking you for the damage on the right there? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because then I think it's smart enough to know to add your like extra orc one, right? Which it just did. So how do you want to do it? So how do you want to do this?
It didn't add my rage, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I would like to basically just take its head. I want to be able to hold its horns and literally just stab the next dude with the Minotaur head.
So it's sort of hunched over a little bit after the stunning blow and sort of keg going in at its knees. And you're able to kind of climb up on it and bring... Oh, I just knocked my mic. Bring the axe in, severing its head from its neck. And you kind of... Whilst the body collapses to the ground, you hold the one of the head up high from one of its horns.
Excellent.
That's murderous.
Now, I am not going to exhaust myself, so that will be the end of my turn, but I'm going to turn and stare at
you have a second attack.
And like, all right, I had advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to... How do I kill this other orc with the head of the Minotaur?
Well, you can make a gore attack, which would be like a D20 plus... Definitely. It'd be like an axe attack, but it does a 2d8 plus 4 piercing damage.
So you should use my great axe?
Yeah, use your great axe, and then I'll roll the damage for it. If you hit.
Oh, it rolled off.
Yeah. So that's you. So tell me how you murder this this poor orc, this spiky gauntleted orc with
Well, I'm
with a
imagining
mental head.
because this is a very short amount of time, because this is almost like a quick succession of hits. So I'm going to take the head off this Minotaur. It's going to like still be almost rigid in place because it was on its knees, on its haunches bent over. I'm going to stab the dude through the chest with the head and then sit it back onto its shoulder, so it looks like it's being gored through by the Minotaur itself. So when inevitably the orc army arrives, they're going to think that they've turned on each other, and then there's going to cause a derision in the orc ranks.
And then you make them hold hands so that they're even more confused.
Yes.
Are they the ones with pants or without pants?
Well, I think
Pants at the moment.
they're wearing pants for now.
You must remove their pants.
Not in
Ultimate shame.
the ultimate orcish shame. Cool.
I don't wear pants at all.
Those are your two attacks, I believe, unless you wanted to move.
That's it, thank you. Yeah, actually, I might get out of this rough terrain and get maybe... why is it? Oops, got the wrong thing on. Select this one. And just move a little bit further in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just sit there and wait. I'll let them come to me.
Okay.
Strong move.
One of them yells with his great axe, yells Makora, and charges you, Gronk.
That son of a bitch. All right, you're on.
I love you too, buddy. Wait, what?
But he misses terribly. Let's roll his second attack. The second attack does hit, though. And you're going to take 14 slashing damage. Now, you're raging at the moment, aren't you?
I am certainly.
So, do me a favor. I'm going to activate it for you this time. If I can do this.
It's already one down on my thing, so...
Let me change your barbarian to just barbarian. Let me see if this works. So there's a macro, and if I'll show you where to grab it in a sec, but I can put it on you. and go rage. And it says Gronk is raging.
Oh, cool.
It puts that little star in your top left, and it factors in the plus 2 or whatever it is to all your attacks until you click the macro again. So if you go in the top right where there's like the book and the journal thing and stuff, the book one with the internet on it, you scroll down to community macros D&D 5e.
All I've got in the book up the top right is... Oops.
So scroll down until you get to the macros.
Compendium pack, you mean?
Yeah, so compendium packs, and then scroll down till you see macros. And there's a community macros one.
There's shit tons. Oh, yeah, 5e.
Yep. And in there's a rage one that you can drag onto your bars. And then, so if you have your token selected and click that, it will use a rage for you and do all the changes for you, and even adds your it adds your resistances automatically as well.
Excellent.
So if we were doing damage automatically, which we're currently not, it in theory is smart enough to do that. But yeah, cool. I haven't figured out if there's any that make Keg's life easier. There is a Divine Smite one in there, actually, which might make that easier for Keg. But
please give me every macro you find.
Yeah. Well, the same instructions apply then. If you go to that compendiums thing, community macros, there's a Divine Smite one, which... yeah. To execute the macro, your target must be specified. And if you choose to Divine Smite, you then hit the macro after you've hit them, and it will do the damage.
Sounds easy.
Have you found it?
No.
Have you looked?
No.
Okay. Maybe
That's right. I'll sort it out.
You'll figure it.
Sort it out.
All right.
I'm watching
so
a YouTube video explaining it.
Yeah. I'll record a YouTube video to explain it to you.
That would literally be.
Cool.
There will already be an Indian YouTuber that's done a tutorial of it. I can guarantee it.
That's all you need. Just one click through, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. I think there is. This is a pretty new product, so I'm sure there's like a bunch of brand new tutorial thingies. But Keg, we're back to you in the round, and then we've got the Orc that let the Manticore free, and then we've got the Manticore.
It's Manticore, not
a Chimera is just a one of these type of creatures, which is a Chimera is any kind of amalgamation of creatures, right? But I think this one in particular is a Manticore.
There you go.
Because I mean, it doesn't say to you, Edward.
All right, this bad boy here. He's the one that let it free, yeah?
No, the one a little bit lower than that. Down here. This guy. He ran in and let it out.
All right.
This guy came from what looks like to be the stables.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he macaroni me.
And he macaroni.
He's going to die.
Okay, well, you two are having your own thing. I'm going to move around to this bloke here.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's not going to attack you because he's not going to... Well, the one Macarai and Gronk is fully focused on Gronk. Is not going to... Yeah.
I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to be like, that creature that you let loose, does it seek freedom?
He yells at you, he and I will die for the glory of Grump and kill you interlopers and traitors.
Gronk has been defeated, and my friend here, and I point at Gronk, who's in the clutches of battle, is now lord of this castle, and I am his liege.
He's got paperwork.
Give me an intimidation check. It's going to be at disadvantage, though, because you just said Grumsh is dead, which is like their god.
It's not my fault.
Oh, shit!
That's pretty fucking good. I'll waive the disadvantage because that was a natty 20 out of nowhere.
Thank you, sir. And I only had to click once, which for me...
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's infinitely better at clicks, just once. So he sees you say Grumsh is dead, this is your new leader now. And Gronk, are you still wearing an eye patch? Is the eye patch down?
I'm still wearing the eye patch, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he kind of falls to the ground and says, Grumptious, great. The embodiment of Grumptious here. Because I don't think he understood you.
So you've now ascended me from Lord to God. Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, I don't think he understood you fully. He heard Grumpsh and he saw you pointing at Gronk.
Yep.
And kind of like made a very interesting leap in judgment there based on your incredible intimidation check.
That's fine with me. we're gonna have a little orc army.
Anything else you would like to do?
Yes, we are.
Well, I want him to throw down his weapon.
Yeah, he's down on the ground, right, being like, "I'm not worthy," but he's sort of like. He's sort of pointing at Gronk and yelling like, my arm, my axe to you, my god, Grumpsh, come in mortal form.
Keg looks at him confused, but he seems to be like, this is relatively what I wanted, not a problem.
This is adjacent to what you wanted.
It's as good as it's going to get.
He's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
Welcome to the fancy lads, and I pat him on the head. And then I point up at the Chimera, and I'm going to try to speak with animals, which means I have to roll a spell, which means everyone in the chat, go get yourself a drink. We got time.
Yeah, so you've got that spell. Let me see here. Okay. So it's one action. Yeah, you just gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm clicking on this little grey button that says default sheet roll underneath speak with animals, and just nothing.
I think you just click the dice next to it, right? Next to the title of it. And it should use up a spell slot and cast it. And that just uses it up. And it doesn't actually require any rolls or anything. It's just now you can speak with animals for the next 10 minutes.
Man, the problem wasn't my computers now that I've bought a new one. It was the man behind it not knowing what to click.
Problem exists between keyboard and chair, I think is the way I put it.
Very good. Okay, can I now speak with this creature?
Yep, you believe it can understand you. And you can understand it. It's yelling down, saying, it's sort of yowling and howling, and saying, food. All food. They're bad.
Look here, good creature. Your captors have knelt down and been defeated. If it's food you desire, then the kitchens are yours to eat.
What is kitchens?
All the animals in the fields are yours. Simply come down here, oh good creature. Pretty kitty.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage because you're speaking its language.
I love that you just let this Manticore loose on the villages we're trying to save. Like, all the fields, have them all.
That's pretty good.
Pretty kitty.
So it sort of it circles around a little bit, and then it says, "My food, all mine."
All the food you want within reason. I mean, We'll discuss it. Just come on down here.
It swoops down and grabs. Hold on. Let me roll some dice. Let me see what the fates have in store.
Who in the chat made this thing? Who brought this in?
This was Niall, horrified in the chat.
Niall, dear Niall, I'm going to ride your creature. Your monster is not intimidating to us. Try harder next time. And thanks for the chat. We appreciate it.
1, 2, 3. Okay. So the Manticore swoops down and grabs this drake in its talons, and sort of starts clawing into it. Is it one bite and 2 with its claws? Let's see. It's going to do a bite. It's not great. Claws, not great. This Manticore is shit. Get a new one. Oh, that's okay. And starts clawing into this drake, sort of tearing into it, and is trying to sort of get in there and devour it.
Good boy. Good kitty.
This guy. Yeah. You see the doors burst open from the stable, and coming out of it, riding a warg, is that orc that you saw before, and he starts sort of bolting. Ooh.
He's definitely going to go warn someone.
I don't see how that will be a problem in the future.
I mean, we want them to know we're coming. We're not really the stealthy ones in this fight. We are much more straight up brawlers.
I don't even know how to spell stealth.
I've actually been on the chat the whole time. That's how stealthy I've been.
What?
Saudade!
Inspiration points.
How's it going, bud?
Yeah, good. Life going the way, which is good. But Saudade's here, and he's here to. I mean, he's always been here in the hearts of his fellow men, and he's here to snap some necks, cash some checks.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for joining the Discord and not telling me, because now I need to fix the overlay so it looks normal. But no, I look. Saudade on his turn did I think a six attacks. That sounds about normal.
Yeah, I think I average about 6.
Yeah,
ranges anywhere between 0 to 6.
He's got to get his 6 a day, as they say. And then he said some nice words to Gronk. I feel like, do we even really need Sean here? Because that's the entire Saudade character.
Sometimes he falls asleep so I guess.
Did say that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll log off. Yeah. See you guys.
Catch you, dude.
Say, mate.
We love you. Come back.
You know you've done strong character writing when your character can just run on autopilot.
Mate, he might be able to.
Sorry, you get that?
I was going to say, you could write a macro that's just roll a dice between 1 and 6. On a 2, Saudade falls asleep. On a 3, he does 20 attacks. On a 4, he throws his spear away.
And then all I need is just a button that says, it's your turn. I'm just yeah.
Absolutely. The guard drake is running up to you, Keg, and it's going to try and bite you.
Sorry.
I'm sure you're happy to learn this information. It misses with an 18.
Say when it tries to bite Keg, because he can hear it.
Yeah, interesting. No, it's a dragon. I don't think this lets him speak Draconic. Lets him speak with animals. These things are more Dragoons. It's 8 damage to you there, Keg, as he sort of tries to bite at you. You easily get the shield up, but then the tail whips around and probably lowers your defense stat. That's what tail whip does, I'm pretty sure.
That's bullshit. So it looks like I'm going to ride a dragon. No, I'm going to ride a chimera into a dragon.
The other guard drake is attacking the manticore. They're just sort of going at it. As we get to sort of near the top of the round, where we have Saudade, you stand here in the area of Vraath Keep, between sort of these broken walls. At your feet lies a beheaded minotaur. Where's its head, you may ask? Well, its head and horns are embedded into the orc next to you on the ground, and he is sort of pinned up against the rock behind you with these with the horns of the decapitated minotaur. Outside, and it's sort of midday on the fourth day you've been in Elsir Vale, been getting down to business. Gronk and Keg are, or Gronk is in a Manticore battle with one of the orcs. Keg has one of the orcs kneeling in piety to Gronk and is attacking a guard drake.
So he called Manticore loudly, I'm guessing, yep?
One of the orcs called Manticore and charged at Gronk.
Okay, and was that in the last turn that happened? I mean,
yes.
I know this, it's just my Alzheimer's has kicked in, so I need to re-ask the question.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
this happened last term. I haven't had a chance to respond yet.
Well, you know what any fancy lad would say whenever he hears this called Manticore sound. So I'm actually behind this wall, I think. I'm actually technically behind this wall. Can jump over this thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of a big rock that seems to have been thrown through the wall at some stage, turning it into rubble.
I'm going to leap over this rock, and as I'm leaping over, I'm also going to shout out Manticore. And I'm going to charge the orc that is charging Gronk. Because he called Manticore, which means, in my language, let's get free for all. And let's get it on. I'm pretty sure, Marvin Gaye sang the same song, Manticore. Love that one. But yeah, I'm charging at the orc, who's set a challenge to all of us. Isn't that right, Gronk?
No, Dad, that's culturally insensitive.
No. It is not.
My friend Ralgor would tell you about it.
Let's appropriate.
Don't get him started.
Let's appropriate the shit out of this. Let's go in. So I'm going to run up to the guy. Now, I can't go around the wall because I'm going to collide with the wall. So do I just walk through the door? Cool.
You just walk through the door like an old man. Just
But like with Justo. So it's this guy over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm actually going to try rolling. Oh, no. It's too confusing. I'm an old man. I'm going to use the dice like normal. First attack.
Oh, that's what we didn't do. We rolled in game for you, and it was seamless and easy. And it felt. I knew something was off. I knew something didn't feel like true Saudade.
Yeah. I rolled a non-natty 20, so 13 plus 7.
Non-natty.
First hit. And then the 8 for the spear. So that's 9 damage for the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to go flurry of blows. So I get 2 attacks with the spear. A 12 doesn't hit, does it?
12 does not, no.
Okay. So I missed with the second spear attack. 24 with my fist of fury.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll hit.
And with that one, I'm going to do a stunning strike. So I'm going to spend 1 key point. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to actually spend a key point to do another attack.
Mm-hmm. So how much was the first attack damage for?
9, and then the second damage is for 7. So I've done 16 altogether. 16 so far.
So how do you want to do this?
Oh, so, I come in. So he's called Manticore, and then out of nowhere... He's called Manticore, and I think it's like the Kool-Aid man. I bust through that wall, and I'm like, Manticore, and then I charge at him with the spear, and I spear him the first one. And then he's like, but I called Manticore, and I'm like, and then I answered, and I just like snap his neck.
Brilliant.
And then just like a dog who might have eaten, a remote, I look up at Gronk with these eyes saying, I did a good job, didn't I, buddy? And I'm guessing Gronk has the same look at maybe an owner who's had that sort of situation and goes, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Get back in the house!"
After all these years, you'd think you'd know what Makara means.
Yeah. Actually, if in your turn, if you want to get my face and like rub it in the dead body, just like
You've already had a face rubbed in.
Look what you did. And I guess that ends my turn.
Cool. All right, Gronk.
Gronk, I'm happy.
I would like to come over. I'm going to get an attack of opportunity. I'm just going to cop it. I'm going to try and like sidestep the fight between Keg and this. What's it called?
Gardrek. Yeah.
Yep. And I want to come and approach the orc that is now under the thought that I am his god, Grumsh. I want to go and have a chat.
Yeah, he kind of flinches as you get close, and says, "Grumsh, I am not worthy."
No, you're not, but you can become worthy. There is a pub far from here.
A magical place.
A magical place where you can earn Grumsh's favor. It is called the Tavern on the Hill. You will travel there.
Who's the HR manager?
Yeah, I am HR.
Yeah, because I'm going to say you might get a report soon about how you try and recruit people.
I think you're doing great, buddy. Keep going.
You will travel there and you will learn from the young orc apprentice Worm. He will teach you the ways of the pub. Once you have become one with the pub and you have served your time of 95 years free service, shall you be one with Grumsh again, my son.
And Miggerine noodles.
And then I slap him across the face and send him on his way.
Cool.
What's his name? I need to add him to the list.
Yeah, well, let's get the handy dandy orc name generator.
All right, so this is new Tavern High number 2 because we already got Korgak the Kind-Hearted, who's the new maitre d'.
Okay, yeah, this is Budamog. Budamog. What was he? Pusillanimous is not a real adjective. Come on, game. What the fuck are you giving me?
Pusillanimous is his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure pusillanimous is when someone looks at their foot and thinks...
No, it's actually quite fitting because it means like timid and scared. So it actually works quite well. Yeah, pusillanimous.
Showing a lack of courage or determination. Oh, wow. That is incredible.
The generator never lies.
Yeah,
should be an English teacher. What the shit?
It should be.
Well, there you go. Maybe my curated list of adjectives is not terrible. And was... Maybe I knew that on an unconscious level because all brains understand language at sort of the core of you, and all languages are connected. And I just knew that this orc was a little puss in name and in action.
So now he's Worm's apprentice.
Yeah.
So Worm's my apprentice, and now I have an apprentice's apprentice.
As long as you're writing these down. As long as you're writing these down, because I'm.
I've got them. Yeah, no, I got them.
Yeah, cool. All right, so he goes. He sort of picks up his axe.
Tell him where he was going. He's going to go and travel and find.
You said the castle on the hill. Magical castle, man. Yeah, you said the magical castle.
How many castles do you think are on fucking hills out here?
How many magical castles are there? I mean, like, yeah, there's the one which we went to, and then there was the other one that we went to. There
was a flooded one.
Well, yeah, and on a meta level, I mean, you have a new castle, Gronk. Like, do you want to start stocking this one up? Like, what's the go?
We're going to have to discuss terms of ownership of this castle.
You're going to have to talk about taxes. You're going to have to talk about the revenue, Keg.
The thing about being a lord is they need a report to a king. So
Brent, if you actually run the castle at a negative sort of like, the deficit, you can actually claim a lot of tax back off the king. So if you negative gear,
operating costs are insane.
Yeah.
Is there negative gearing in this world? No.
No.
Well, it really depends on the king, I guess, or the so-called king.
Well, currently I have a castle.
So cold.
I have no lands. I have no fiefdom.
Well, I guess the castle on the hill though is run equal share of all the fancy lads. And in fact, if you were tuning in last week, you would have learnt that Mara inherited everything as the executor of your estate.
Yeah, she
Who
did.
gave that fucking authority?
What happens is if you're the only person who can read or write in this group, because let's face it, you're a keg, you actually can make anything legible for the group. Let's face it, we got a bird, can't see it writing. We've got an ogre. No formal education there.
That's
your ogre?
My dad.
Yeah,
What about the bard? What about the bard? The bard wouldn't be down for this.
The bard was too busy talking about himself, and I made sure I gave him like a.
That is what he loves to do.
I felt like the bard had too many children. It was too hard to work out the will, so just give it to Mara. That's an easy.
If we're all dead, I don't care anyway because I'm atheist and you can't take it with you, so just give it all to Mara.
Actually, I think in the bard's mind, he was like, "This is great because now I know exactly who to marry, so I can steal the inheritance."
The other rest of it after the tontine, yeah.
Keg literally can't die.
Yeah, but he can't marry you, can he? It's not legal in your kingdom.
I wish he was. I'll make it legal, damn it.
All right, Martin Luther. These are the 99 reasons why I'm getting out of this.
All right, Keg, you are up, Molfrere. It's your turn.
Yeah. All right.
Gronk, were you doing anything else? You're kind of still raging about here.
Okay, I might just lay into this Drake. So I was like, Keg, go ride your Manticore, and I'll kill the Drake for you.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I wanted.
Cool. All right, give me those Drake attacks. Give me those slick Drake bars, and then we'll move on to Keg.
Another one.
Oh, I said slick. Not whatever that was.
Real bad.
You're too distracted dealing with this new convert. Yeah. On the back of the dragon, you're trying to write out on dragon hide like these are the terms.
I'd be more likely to carve it into his arm. I'm like, all right, so you got to sign in your own arm. Like, come on, this is your.
Yeah. Worm will know that I sent you if he sees this. Cool. Yeah. All right. Now, Keg.
Right. Keg sidesteps the Dracarys. I don't care. And walks up to the Manticore feasting. And he says, good, leathery kitty. Who's a scary monster? And tries to pat its mane.
Okay. Give me that animal handling. I'll give you advantage on this too because you are speaking its language.
I put in some groundwork with this.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So this is that. There's that moment where, you narrate it to me. What you're doing here? You tell me.
I'm, brushing its mane softly, and it's like just destroying this thing, eating into it, and that's when Keg's like, oh, I think this is my moment, and just
it does the butt wiggle
back, wiggles up onto his back, whispers in his ear, yes, feed, and then sort of points his head in the direction of the Draconus, whatever, I don't care, and just gives him a little spur in the bum. Feed.
Yeah. Cool. I'll give you that as your turn to jump up on this thing, and you are now mounted. And somewhere in the astral plane, Kegasus is a little bit jealous.
I'm a little bit jealous of Keg.
Yeah,
Doug is jealous of Keg.
Doug is jealous of Keg. What did you do during lockdown? Well, I didn't ride a fucking Manticore, did I? The woof.
Take that, horrified. Your monster is mine. Yes.
It tears into this drake, and starts clawing into it, with a fervor. Now that it's got sort of your permission and you on its back. Not so impressive on the third one. And severely sort of bloodies this creature, flecks of Dracarys blood flicking up onto its mane as it kind of lets out a combination of a roar, a lion and dragon roar, this creature. This unholy abomination.
I'm in danger. This is scary as fuck. We can.
The orc that was riding the warg continues leaving. He continues booking it.
Okay, you need to go and hunt that thing down.
I've had an idea. I'm going to hunt that thing down.
Good.
Cool. Keg, the guard drake that was sort of attacking you, I guess it's now attacking Gronk, as Gronk is it's sort of right up in its grill. Gronk, you get its ire here. Nope. Or not. As the big old bites come in, or not. And once its tail. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna pack it in for these guys. They're just.
Dan, do you want me to take over rolling for you?
Yeah, no, maybe.
Because I'm not
you just natty boy Doug is what they call you. The other guard drake is going to try and tear into the Manticore in self-defense here. I still have Gronk targeted for some reason. It's 5 damage to the Manticore. And 6 damage to the Manticore. The Manticore is still looking hale and hardy by all accounts. As Saudade, it's your turn.
Alrighty, so yeah, wow. I now see Keg riding this Manticore, and I'm like, Makara never fails to impress anyone. So I'm going to join Keg in this whole Makara thing that I think we're all doing now, aren't we? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to help him out with this guy over here. So I'm just going to start laying into him. How does 17 look against him?
Looks great. As your spear
so I'm attacking him.
Pierces its draconic hide.
And that's for 9 damage. Then I do my second attack. 19's even better. And I get him with only 5 damage on my second attack. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to start laying into it with my hands. And 23 on the last hit.
That'll certainly hit.
For 7 damage.
Okay, this thing is still standing, though. It's not looking great between the strips torn out of it by this Manticore and Saudade's ministrations with spear and fists. It's barely standing and kind of limping around and howling now. Gronk?
I'm done.
Brent?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Doug.
I probably did, but I was wrong, and I meant
I didn't hear that. I didn't even hear that. That's why I was just sitting here quietly. I was like, all right.
It's Brent's turn.
Gronk.
I did say Gronk.
Oh, my bad. All right, cool. I'm going to hopefully kill this other Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Do or do not. There is no hopefully.
But a second attack. Give me something. No good. No good.
So you're able to sink one axe blow into it. In your rage, in your adoration of Keg mounting this creature, you're somewhat distracted. And Keg, it is your turn.
All right, we're going to take after this thing. He's not on the map, or is he in the shadowy area down here?
Yeah, he's kind of made it out of the castle, and he's on the road. I'll move him back slightly for you.
No, you're all good, man. So what's Charger? Charger's 60 feet plus mounted. Is plus mounted.
So this thing has a flying speed of 50 feet.
Yes. Okay, so if I were to use my Charger, would that add on any more, or is 50 feet?
I think 50 feet's just enough, right? And then you'd still be able to get your attacks in as you kind of have this kind of mounted duel of Manticore rider versus Warg rider.
Oh man, that would be cool. I was going to talk to him, but that sounds way cooler.
As soon as Keg takes off the ground, all you hear is like Fortunate Son start playing.
Yeah, all right. Let's drop a tankard down on him from the sky.
All right. The Manticore does get bitten on its flight out of there, but you spur it into the clouds, and by into the clouds I mean you spur it up like 10 feet in the air, and chase after this guy. What is his mounted speed? Yeah, they've got a very similar kind of speed. In fact, you seem to be able to kind of keep pace with him here, but you get just close enough to kind of, lean forward you're riding this thing bareback, to try and clock him over the back of the head, with the keg. Oh, sorry, with the tankard. 19 is good. Are you aiming for him or the warg? Are you muted?
Him. Sorry, I didn't have my button clicked. Him.
Cool.
Thank
Yep.
you. Yeah, 19. There we go. Bang. Did it roll the damage automatically?
There should be a damage button that comes up on the right-hand side, or maybe it didn't. I don't know. We're having problems with you, weren't we? There we go.
Mate, I live my life with problems in this bloody thing. This bloody U-Butte technology.
So you crack him on the back of the skull. He's barely still conscious in his saddle. He definitely can't stand up to another one of those.
Well, he's going to get another one of those. You better believe it.
Oh!
That's right.
Jesus.
That wasn't even crit damage.
I don't even know what to say.
So tell me how that looks, Keg, as you unseat.
It looks like a keg riding a manticore exploding someone's head with a drink in his hand, Dan.
Shouldn't have asked.
Pretty majestic. I want to thank you, Horrified. This creature is wonderful to ride. Thank you very much for coming up with this idea.
So the body of this orc sort of flies into the dirt road while the warg kind of continues running.
Excellent. We love it. That was fun. That was really fun. Gronk, do you want a warg?
I mean, kind of.
That you yell at Keg. You yell at Keg as like this drake tries to bite into you. That's going to be 10 damage total for the first attack, and a further 9 damage. So I'll let you halve those.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. We get to the top of the round with Saudade is the only one fighting this guard drake. It doesn't look great, and it sort of lashes out at him like a wounded animal, because it is. With its teeth, it can't seem to find purchase, but with its spine tail slams into you, Saudade, and you take 9 bludgeoning damage. It's your turn.
Yeah, I think if I take a bit of offense to taking some damage, so I'm going to attack it right back. Sorry, I'm trying to update the thing here. I'm going to just attack back. So yeah, here we go. Attack with the spear, 19 damage. 19 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
8 damage.
So how do you want to do this?
So, he's kind of lashed at me, and I've kind of fallen back, but I've just looked at him, and I've just charged him with my spear, and as I stab him, I lift him up a little bit, and he just kind of falls to the base, fall onto my hands on the spear, and then I kind of just chuck it away. I say, and I look at the other one who's fighting my son. I'm like, and you're next, and I'm going to run over to him, and Makara him as well.
Stacks on.
Yeah. as I'm running over, I'm screaming Makara. I don't know about you, Keg, but does it also fire you up? Because I know it definitely fires me up.
It's so fun to yell.
It is so fun. And like without any reason sometimes. Sometimes I'm just there fishing and I'm just yelling out Makara.
Sometimes
but I think
smoothing walls at work, I yell Makara at them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like Saudade hits that K really hard. You know what I mean? Like he.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't know what you mean. Kind of just saying that.
Well, maybe he hits the R really hard. It's just like that solid R at the end of Makara.
Like that?
Yeah.
Like he's at a Kiss concert. All right, yeah, I like it.
Dad, you can't say that. Only we can say that.
Cannon. Yeah, I'm going to attack this guy with my spear now as well. And I'm too pumped up. I rolled a 10 altogether. I actually run a little bit past with my spear.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move my guy over here. But I'm going to come back with a spinning back fist. And I hit him for 19 damage. 19 to hit.
Yep.
And 5 damage.
Yep.
And what I'm actually going to... And I'm also going to spend another key point. I'm going to spend a key point to do a second attack. 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
9 damage on that one.
All right.
Yeah. And on that one, because I did a stunning strike, I'm going to get him to do a... what's the check? What's the strength check? So he falls...
Constitution?
One way he falls over. No. The Constitution is if he can't do a... It's just a strength check to see if he falls over. Dexterity.
Dexterity check. Yeah.
Yeah, fall prone if he fails Dex DC 14.
And there you go. Falls prone. Just you kind of rush past this guard drake, and then you hit it with that spinning back fist, double punch, and it falls. Sweep the leg. And trip it over. Cool. And it's Gronk's turn.
Saudade, I assume that you don't wear shoes. I assume it's like you're like a barefoot monk. Is that correct?
No, like the ancient Greeks, they wear like a sandal. That's basically
Okay.
Socks and sandals. Yeah.
Okay. How would you feel about some dragon skin shoes? Because I'm going to make you some.
Can you make them into sandal form? So you like with like a little bit of breathing.
Yeah.
Or better yet, remember when we were like in year 10 and we had like those wall tappers? The with the Smiths with like
the square ones?
Yeah. Love a little bit of those actually.
I'll make you some dragon skin wog tappers. Done.
Thank you.
Now I do have advantage, so I will fish for the crit.
Mm-hmm.
It's prone.
If you hold Alt when you click to roll, it should roll with advantage. Yeah. Boom. There you
go. Fish for that crit. Fucking cop that.
How do you want to do this?
I like to do like that Looney Tunes style thing where I flip it up in the air with my axe, cut it up into heaps of pizzas and like 2 sandals. And,
sure.
Dragon skin is one of the...
Made of its, yeah, absolutely. I'll allow that, sure.
So good. Well done.
I'm actually quite inspired by that, I think. Inspiration dice.
Mate, you just got free shoes and now you want inspiration dice. You're bleeding me dry, mate. Anything else out of Gronk?
That's it, thank you. No, I think we're good. I think we just cleared everything.
Yeah.
I think everyone's dead.
Yeah, actually, I think you're pretty much out of initiative now, as everything around you is dead.
Well done, boys. Well done.
At this point in time, I'd like to pull out the deed to the castle and be like, Keg! Oi, Keg!
We do need to discuss this. Keg flies his monster over to Gronk and lands gracefully next to him.
I got this deed to this castle. It says that I'm the lord now. Can I keep it? I'll get to be like your right hand. I'll even pay you taxes and stuff. You can. I looked through the loot that I got from down in the Vraath Keep basement. I'm like, look, we got all this silver and gold. I'll buy you heaps of booze with it. I'll send you booze every month.
Keg takes the piece of paper, looks through it. He can't read. Flicks it, nods, reads, shakes his head at one part, and says,
like this big.
It's yours. Yes, it's yours.
What's my title?
I deem you Sir Lord Drunketh of what's the name of this castle?
Well, you don't know.
That's Vraath Keep. No, we do know that.
Well, Gronk probably knows, right? Because you read something about it. But like, I feel like that's an excellent question from Keg, even like in character. Like, what is the name of this castle?
Sir Lord Drunketh, we don't know.
Of this keep.
of this keep and its lands and this chimera dragon that I'm riding.
This keep. Where's this keep? In the Witchwood. Witchwood?
Exactly. And so on.
Good. Cool.
Would you like to ride my chimera, which is technically your chimera?
I go to pat the chimera and I assume it tries to eat me.
Well, you give me an animal handling check, Gronk, and we'll see how you do. You do not get advantage.
Well, I'm good at this.
Yeah. So it tries to sort of bite at you. You're able to sort of pull your hand away, but it growls at you, not super happily.
Keg laughs heartily and pats him on the mane, says, "Good kitty."
Excellent. Well, we have successfully cleared this keep, Joe, and we killed an orc warlord. Well done. I'm super proud of us.
Hell yeah. I know that I'm on the back of a chimera, but I still sort of want to ask Dan if Keg can have a search around for drinkable loot.
Well, I assume that the chimera would probably want to go and see these kitchens that you told it about. So,
well, I think that when you kind of land,
about letting it go.
When you land and like speak to Gronk, and it tries to like growl at Gronk, and then when he pulls away his hand, the chimera or the manticore kind of goes over and starts like snuffling at the drake body, and starts sort of chewing into its corpse, and sort of sits down, or kind of lies down on all fours, and is sort of tearing flesh out of this dead drake.
She'll name you garbage disposal.
No, we're gonna name it. Horrific, because the way it eats. The way it eats things are fucking horrific, and in honor of whoever brought it to us, horrified. Thank you very much. This has been very fun.
Excellent.
All right, so we'll leave horrific to feed horrifically, and I mean, I assume there's kitchens with ale here. If this was an old Minera.
Is it in Vraath Keep? I don't think it is. It's Vraath.
I guess. Well, I mean, Saudade is pretty old. Maybe he has heard stories.
I think I picked up a book in the last one. Like I was the one who looted Gronk looted the chest that had the deed, and I looted the chest that had a book about the castle at the Vraath Keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I read him the book, I guess.
You sort of skim through and read out some choice passages.
Yeah, like, things that I think are really interesting. So, obviously the long lineage of kings that come beforehand, because that's always interesting to an old person. Local flora and fauna is a great chapter of this book, I think.
That would be interesting to Keg. You can
I see this thing about wars and deaths that have happened in this castle, and I think too gruesome for Keg. He's quite so I skip over that part. So I think the lineage of who's owned the castle beforehand, and I'm talking bone dry. Like Lord of the Rings, when they start talking about who's fathers and fathers and fathers before them.
You're that Harry Potter teacher that died giving a lecture, and it's still to this day.
I think that is actually the biggest thing he could take away from this book. That and the flora and fauna of the local area.
So you read out a bunch of stuff. So yeah, you learn that at one point this keep was part of the Vraath Empire. Mm-hmm. It was part of the it was part of the Restilor Kingdom that was part of the empire, right? So there was an emperor of Vraath. There was a couple of kings under him or under them, and this keep sort of fell in within that domain, if that makes sense. So potentially from this, Keg learns that there is not only.
No, I think what it said. I'm the emperor, and you're one of the kings. Like I don't know if you followed this whole story arc, but I think Dan's been trying to tell me that I'm meant to rule on the Vraath Empire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Dan's been hinting this whole time.
I just lay it out so y'all can play it out.
That doesn't feel right.
But yeah, so there is a moment. Then I'll leave you guys you to kind of discuss in character how this plays out. But Saudade, you certainly talk about the Emperor of Vraath put the king of Rest in charge of this place, and he was the king of this whole valley. But then the empire fell, and so the king was like, well, I'm just going to do my own thing for a bit. And there was a man named Amory Vraath who inherited control of the keep, and he was sort of a lord. And he was kind of sent out here to defend this flank of the kingdom from a tribe of forest giants known as the Twistucks. And these giants, sort of, you skim over the parts. You don't mention it to Gronk. The parts where these forest giants kind of raided merchants and stuff like that. It's probably too gruesome. But then the brash young lord gathered together an impressive group of mercenaries and adventurers, and one summer sort of led a force against the giants. And in the end, they won the day, burned the giant's house down, and returned victorious. And that's kind of the last chapter in there.
I actually say to the guys, hey, this actually sounds very similar to our plan, where we burn down the Witchwood as the army's approaching, and then we go home. Then we go home victorious. I actually think this is a great parallel to what we're planning. And I tell them the story, and I also add in that tidbit about should we try something they did, which is burn down the Witchwood, defeat our enemies.
I actually think it's
it's not a bad plan. It's not.
Well, look, knowing that our map is here, we know that it's Ozymandian on the map, but we've named them
Yeezymandius. Yeezymandius is the new name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's Ozymandias, King of Kings, but Yeezymandius, thanks to my boy Buds in chat. And we're talking about this map.
Yeah.
Doug loves the idea of burning the forest down.
I think, Nesius is held up with the Red Hand until the Red Hand crosses. So the Red Hand is the Orc army that's coming down from I have it written down.
Keg can't be part of burning the forest down.
Is coming down from Skull Gorge in 3 days' time. So we need to
Where's Skull Gorge?
Down
on the left-hand side?
Left-hand side above Cinder Hill. Because they're right.
Okay.
The raiding force is massive is Cinder Hill. Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is if we can get someone to light a fire on the sort of right on the southeast side.
I'm assuming this conversation is all happening in character, by the way.
Yes. We're looking. I pulled out the map and having a look at it.
Yeah. So if we try and get some sort of light a fire at that end of the southeast end, and we go to Cinder Hill, wait for the army to go into the Witchwood, and then we burn it from behind them, so we actually trap them inside the forest.
I don't care which wood we burn. We can't burn a wood. It's against Keg's core morality.
We burn the wood. What if we
forgot about your moral?
I can't be part of this. I'll tame a chimera.
What if you watch?
No. I'm not part of this. We're not burning a wood. It's probably the most sacrilegious thing you could do. The whole reason that you're a lord of this area now is to maintain the flora and the fauna and the beauty of this land. And literally minutes into your new title, you're talking about burning the place down.
Give me
that piece of paper. Okay,
Actually, when you mentioned that, I actually go, oh, wait, you know what? There is actually a lot of flora and fauna which is only growing in this area. As it says on page 258 of this chapter. And then I just start dryly reading out, Paratheus, this is only growing in the east of the west of the Witchwood, Eastwood, East Witchwood.
Keg sits down, almost as if he's hypnotized.
All right, well, the way that I see it, gentlemen, we then have two options if burning the wood's not applicable to my liege.
Right.
We either go and convince Nisimandius to give up his allegiance to the Red Hand, because Nisimandius is the Green Dragon. Or we go and do the straight-up balls to the walls, fancy lad thing, and we hold the army at Skull Gorge, the raiding party coming south.
I reckon we do some convincing. I'm feeling like we can talk our way out of it.
If it's a bridge, we can just cut the bridge.
What's the bridge made out of?
When they're on it.
No idea. It just says Skull Gorge.
Should we go check it out?
Well, we either have to.
We got to pick one way.
We got to pick one way. We can either go to Skull Gorge, which is north, or go east to Nisimandius.
If it's a stone bridge, yes. If it's a wood bridge, maybe. If it's a hemp bridge, no fucking way.
So that riding to the east is because that's where they have space, right? So you think that Nisimandius holds the bridge until the Red Hand crosses the bridge.
Oh. I thought that was I thought they were holding on that side of the river until.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. No. I feel like Gronk has just gone down this path of dragons to the east. We're gonna go to. Sorry.
Shit. Okay.
Should have let it play.
I should have let it play. My bad.
I mean, orcs need arrows. This is bullshit.
I'm just so.
Let's go talk to Green Red. What's his fucking? Right. What is his name?
Nisimandius.
I'm so happy for you, Dan, with how this has worked out. That we're not burning down the forest anymore because of Doug's morals. Because
no, not Doug's. Keg's.
Sorry, Keg's morals.
Burning down the forest is a fucking great idea.
Just because I'm just thinking to myself, oh man, as a DM, how hard would it have been? Oh fuck, okay, well, how much fire can they light in a certain time? And then you're oh wait, hold on, yeah, Keg got morals. That does that one. Don't need to play that one anymore.
Well, I assume a bushfire takes a while to spread, but there's also probably not a super dry bush. So it'll probably take longer. Still catch. Yeah, no gum trees explode. No flaming drop bears. So
actually, I'll look through this flora and fauna book and just see what type of trees there are. If you don't mind.
Keg sits down again, almost hip top.
Governor says adiotis. It's not a tree that spits out burning oil, so that's a shame right there. Okay, not for you, obviously, but for us. And then this goes on for about another hour. Just another droll where Gronk is, I'm guessing, just not interested in me reading a book.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Kate's loving it.
All right, we're going north, fellas. We're going to go to Skull Gorge Bridge.
Shall we have a long rest?
Yeah, if you guys need it, I'm doing all right.
I'm at half health, but I could always take a short rest.
I feel like a long rest is a good idea before we move to the fucking orc army thing.
I guess we got 3 days. Yeah, we can have a sleep. We only
need 1 day to convince Nosy
Well,
Mandius?
it's 3 days until they cross the bridge, so we got 3 days to convince them. Well, 2 days to convince them.
We only need one. 20 minutes.
Cool. Then we can plan an ambush. Excellent. Done.
Yeah, 20 minutes to convince him. And if that doesn't work,
Yeah.
2 days to light the fire. Yeah, 2 days to light a fire. According to Dan's algorithm, it takes about 3 days for it to really catch a fire.
all right,
It's not dry.
let's rest this thing. And there any of those herbs got and flora and fauna have any drink recipes?
I'm looking through it, and there is like some sort of like hemp-based hops, sort of here. And I'm like, Dan, you tell me if I've gone too far at this point.
You keep going, mate. No. You're reading the book, not me.
Yeah. So like
Keep going until he says stop.
So it's this hemp. It's this hemp-based. It's just like hemp and hop sort of mix, which is plentiful in this region, especially around Skull Gorge Bridge. Which is actually why there were so many skulls there, because...
And what sort of side effects would this mix have?
Well, I mean, number one, no violence, because, it's head-based. So no violence. But if you actually take it at enough, you have the right sort of like ingredients, you do start to see visions. And everyone giggles. Everyone giggles with it. Actually, hold on. Giggles or falls asleep.
Like a really good negotiation beverage to have to a lot of really angry dragons.
Yeah, it's actually the reason why it's called Skull Bridge. Actually, I don't want to go into that. That's a bit too gruesome for Gronk. Sorry, Gronk. It actually tells me the history of Skull Gorge here, how it got its name. But no, I think it's best to stay to this drink formula. I might actually give the formula to Keg, and like say, hey, yeah, man. So it's like 2 parts hemp, 1 part hob, 4 parts good times, and like drowsiness. So yeah. Actually,
I'm just writing this down on my drinks list. I mean, we have to make it, but
yeah, really good for. It's also really good for medicinal.
What's the name of it?
Skull Gorge chilled drink.
Yeah, Skull Gorge Colorado Dreams.
Stop fighting.
Stop fighting. Really
start laughing.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why, but it says prone to Rastafarian religion, Rastafarian-based religion. So, put that in there. Makes you susceptible. Good times. Hold on. Actually, I'm just looking up a website. It's pic.gov.au, narcotics.
Jesus.
On your work laptop. Very good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. I forgot about my work laptop.
Don't do that.
I'll do it on my work laptop. My boss won't mind.
Your investors might.
All right, cool. We got Skull Gorge chilled drink formula. Makes people stop fighting, start laughing, fall asleep, and makes you rust. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for that awesome loot.
Yeah. There's some notes in there that are probably... There's some probably notes in there as well that are incredibly dry about how, there was a sort of an illegal distilling group that was in these woods, and part of Vraath's thing was like, he was like, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to make sure that they pay their taxes.
Did you kill that guy, Keg, or did you just abandon him?
Oh, we abandoned him in the clearing. And we have to go get our taxes now that we're...
You're a judge.
Yeah, he was not a fan of the revenue.
He was not a fan
of the revenue men. Yeah. Cool. All right. So it's sort of 11:30 game time in the afternoon here.
Okay. AM. So not really time for really having a nap. It's probably a bit early for having a long rest.
Long rest time. Then in the morning, we get some of these herb mixes from around the area, and then we go collect our revenue, and then we...
Well, it won't even be... It'll be night. It'll be 8 p.m.
All right. Well, let's... Kev wants to spend the day picking up these herbs.
Yeah.
And then
so, yeah, if you do a long rest, like, you're going to have to wait till the end of the day, and then it's going to be like you set off tomorrow morning. This is awesome. This is also part of there is a ticking clock on this campaign. Yes. And if you want to take long rests, I'm all about it. But like this is where it leads you.
Yeah, I'm keeping track. It's all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Well, let's collect some of these herbal potions, if I may.
Cool. Give me a nature check to collect some of these herbs.
If we just went through all that and I failed, oh my god, not good. Cake should have a higher nature. Jesus.
It takes most of the afternoon, but you get some plants that kind of are similar to what Saudade has described. And you have, you have the ingredient list, but you don't necessarily have like the formula to make it. And you're not even sure if you have the right ingredients right now. But like, I mean, Cake's probably pretty confident he has the right ingredients.
Keg swallows them all and begins his distilling process.
Okay. Excellent. The Saudade and Gronk, anything else you're doing for the rest of the sort of...
Have a look. I would like to have a look at the 3 notes of credit that I found in the keep and find out who owes me some taxes.
Yes. Yeah.
I know a guy.
Where are we? Give me a sleight of hand check to kind of handle these, because they're quite old in such a way that they don't sort of just crumble under your touch. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. So one of them does crumble. You sort of open one. You're like, oh, I wonder who owes me money, and it just sort of turns to dust. So you're a little bit more careful about with the 2 others. And this is gonna be excellent. Let me roll some dice.
I love that you're looking through like centuries old tax returns.
Yeah. You come across a note of Fantasy Bunning store credit for 150 gold.
Hell yeah.
No problem heading back there.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. So,
and the second note is a sort of a note of credit from the Vraath Emperor.
Does it have a name?
It will. For 400 gold.
Doug, just for Keg, I've actually put I've deciphered more of the text. You can see sort of all the things in the group chat on the Discord. So have a read. Quite a depth there, if you want to.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
So the it was Emperor Gainsborough. Perugine Gainsborough.
My name was Gainsborough. I didn't know that.
Well, there were more than one emperor. This could be a long time before you or after you. Or were you the last of the Vraath?
Hey, did they explain it in Star Wars?
Also, I don't think
somehow back.
I don't think Keg believes. I don't think Keg believes he was once an emperor. He just thinks he is the emperor now, right? Like because he has the shield.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Cool. That's all from me. Thank you. I was going to say, boys, we are loaded. We haven't seen this much money in a long time.
The note of credit. I don't. Does that?
No, I also found a shit ton of actual cash.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, if the emperor's debts are inherited by the next emperor, I mean, Keg owes you that money.
It's not.
It's a tax return. It's a tax return.
I'll make you a deal, Keg. I will just take that off what I owe you in taxes for the next little while.
We'll work something out on the back
end. Put you on a payment plan.
We'll work something out.
Keg's like, if you set up a golf course for me and plant some trees, we can launder this money through this keep for sure.
We'll work it out.
Cool.
Awesome.
Difficulty with thinking and problem solving on Sean's drink list. Thank you, Sean. Bad memory.
You're welcome, mate. I think it's quite in depth. I can't believe you just came up with it.
Mate, that now means we have 101 drinks on Dan's table of drinks list.
It's so good.
Cool.
Pressing the long rest button.
Yeah, you can press the long rest button, and I will press the advance to dawn. Weirdly, time on this little thing is going ahead. It's just not updating in real time for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Dan.
Yeah.
Could I also ask that when everyone else was doing all this thing, could I try and see if there was any trap doors in this place, or any hidden passages?
Yeah. Well, in fact, you came out of one.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Fuck.
But where else? Where else does Saudade explore?
hold on, sorry, let me have a look at this key. How do I get rid of this thing here? So where did we actually come out of? Could you just flash it to me here?
Up in the top left, you came out in sort of the main room.
Okay. And this was at the bottom of the tower. We fell down here at the bottom of the tower. So I haven't. Yeah, I guess I want to try and explore over here, this room here, because I don't actually know what that is, and over here as well, in this building here. So I'm kind of looking at the other parts of the keep. We always know that keeps have safety rooms where where the kings and queens used to hide. When vicious attackers used to come. So I'm trying to find those. Yeah. And me having a little bit of experience with these keeps, because we used to use them to hide people and hide from the law.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just trying to look for disturbed dust, bookshelves with weird books on them, and I know exactly trying to see which ones fall off and move the bookcase, all that sort of stuff.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. It's 11 plus my perception is +6, so 17 altogether.
That's excellent. So yeah, you cruise around a bit. You poke your head in the stables here. You have a route around in here. There is another warg kind of in a stall in here. This large wooden building is a thin layer of mouldering straw strewn across the floor. There's a small forge. Sort of a dust-caked forge in here, and there's sort of horse stalls, but these have clearly been used for the wargs recently. You also check out sort of the gatehouses, which are kind of here and here. They've been sort of smashed in by boulders from the outside. And where else do you go? This place is definitely a sort of front outpost more than a well-to-do noble manor or anything like that, right?
Perfect for Gronk.
Yeah, it's a little bit Spartan, especially now since it's been sort of abandoned for so long. This room looks a bit of a war room. There's sort of a large table with sort of a similar map of the region to the one you have, with sort of notes around and things like that. There's some armor and weapons sort of held in the corner here, and a small sort of food prep area. The main barracks, of course, which you kind of walked through before, has half of its walls missing, and it has, whilst there's no real beds that seem to still be intact, there's sleeping rolls or camping mats that the orcs have been using. Apart from that, the main one that you think fits the description of the kind of place you're looking for is that room you came up from. So the the thing on the floor was maybe once upon a time was sort of a hidden or was hidden under something. And even the person or the dead body you found downstairs was perhaps hiding from some kind of assault when this keep was attacked. And of course, there was sort of an exit out through the mountains, but the door was quite stuck and locked. You just came in very strongly. There is also you make your way upstairs.
Fuck.
And this sort of circular chamber or tower acts or once upon a time may have acted like a sort of a lookout point out into the Witchwood itself. You can just see the wood extend out all the way to the north and south. You can kind of just make out maybe where there's sort of the river to the east as well. And you get a bit of a look, I would say, of the Witchwood and of the Dawnway that kind of goes up north, right?
Can't see anything. All black. Oh, there we go. That's loaded in. Cool.
And it looks like that from your position you would cross sort of a creek, and the road kind of continues up. You can definitely see sort of the break. The fire break, if you will, in the Witchwood, heading up north, and from this, even from this height, you can't really see where the wood ends. Right, like it's probably a day or more's journey on foot, easily up to past the wood.
Journeying.
What about on Chimera?
You think the Chimera could carry one of you and keep up a decent pace? It would certainly leave you to arrive more freshly, like not exhausted from travel, if you're kind of pressing it hard. Oh, we lost Saudade.
Yep, his computer just died. He just messaged us.
Question. Could, say, Gronk sit on Kagas's?
I could ride that warg that's in the keep.
Could Saudade sit on Kagas's?
Yeah.
We could be mounted. We could all be mounted. This is awesome. I would like to try to ride the warg.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to try
I shall summon Kagas's with Saudade when he gets here.
Sure.
This is going to go great.
I can't see
what could go wrong.
Cool. So, you cast that ritual, Cake.
Yes,
is it a ritual? Find steed? Does it require conjuration? Yeah, I believe it's a ritual.
All I know is it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah. So you kind of do it out of combat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no, wait, you don't have ritual casting. Yeah, so it still uses a second level spell slot, I think.
Should have done it before we slept.
Yeah. But hey, you live and you learn.
Sean, you also didn't long rest, so you need to do that in Forge.
Sean?
He's probably gone off into the other room as he does after he connects.
All right, we're going to pull someone up from the chat to start playing a Saudade. It's your lucky day.
We could also do with a Birdperson. You guys may need a healer. I'm not sure.
Probably would.
True.
I mean, what time is it in freaking the UK? What's he doing?
What is he doing? Oh, didn't he say he had a job now? So he couldn't sit around playing games?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday.
It's probably at work.
Yeah, that makes
sense. While he's at work.
Yeah. He used to fucking just be on Reddit at his last job and have a macro to his job.
Just have just have it open.
Mate, you can make macros in Foundry. You could probably make a macro to do your job in Foundry.
Yeah.
Especially Alex's job.
It's very easy.
So, Gronk, give me a...
Animal handling.
Yeah, give me some animal handling for this warg.
I'm so not good at this.
With advantage.
Why does he have advantage?
Because this is the fucking coolest idea in the world.
I own it. I own it. See,
it's his warg.
I don't know what
warg the deed. I'm like, I own you. See, this says that I own you.
All right, how about this, right? I can speak to animals.
That's another spell slot.
You could do that yesterday.
All right, let's just let it roll. Go nuts.
Well, he's rolled a 15. 15 is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And this thing is used to have, orc masters, right? There's this orc, this.
I seeded a bit of dragon, and
yes, there's some leftover dragon. Cool. All right, let me get warg.
Those orcs that we fight, they usually have pants on, don't they?
They have pants on, yeah.
And you don't have any pants on, do you?
No.
So what this warg feels on its back is new to it.
It's very new. What is the warg's name, Gronk?
That's a very good question.
What do you call it?
I'm gonna call it. Oh, what was the name of that? Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. I'm gonna call it Dory.
Dory. Okay.
Fuck, that's tough. Riding into battle. Fucking
On Dory.
On Dory. Fucking tough, mate. 75 tough.
Yeah.
75 tough.
We got
Dory.
you got horrific. We got Kegasus and Dory.
My man. We're fucking dead.
Okay, let's go configure permissions. All players are observers of it, but Brent is an owner.
A document.
You own it. You own it, Brent.
It's a documented. It's a documented warg. It's which is very important for Saudade. He doesn't like undocumented wargs.
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah.
I love this.
All about this. This is awesome.
I love this. Is Horrific with us?
Yeah. So you're. I'll need to do the same for.
Hey, sorry guys, just jump back on.
That's all right. We're just sorting out this mount situation.
We've had an ingenious plan. I'm going to ride the warg. Keg's going to ride the Manticore. You're going to ride Kegasus, and we're going to go into battle mounted.
Into negotiations.
Oh, negotiations, yes.
Mounted.
With a lightsaber.
Like Jesus.
What?
She rode in on a donkey.
That was Mary and Joseph, you idiot.
Whatever.
Configure permissions.
Jesus coming to Bethlehem on a donkey.
That was Mary and Joseph before he was born. Like, technically he did. He was still inside her, but...
I'm sure he...
No.
Fuck, I didn't listen.
There is a story about Jesus and a donkey, but he actually may have, actually. I think you're right.
Oh, was that a fanfic? The Jesus and a donkey?
No.
Jesus and a donkey fanfic.
That's Palm Sunday.
Yeah, right? He rode in on a donkey.
Yeah, that wasn't into Bethlehem. That was... Where the hell was that into? Was it Jerusalem? I think it was Jerusalem.
Maybe Jerusalem. All right, let's get all fucking Jesus on this bitch. Donkey up.
No, Rastafarian. We're Rastafarian now, remember?
Did we drink the drink?
No, it's still fermenting.
I'm currently brewing it.
All right, because what I'm really looking forward to is the impaired memory hallucination when taken in high doses, and the psychosis risk is highest with regularly loose high potency marrow. Oh, sorry, Skull Gorge, Colorado trips.
Well, if you're not going to have psychosis riding the back of a Manticore into battle, when are you?
Just a quick question, Keg. Are you comfortable with myself riding the Kegasus? Because it is your spirit animal.
Do you have pants on?
No,
I've got to kill.
He's got to kill.
And also, these really cool dragon sandals.
And a dragon skull helmet.
Oh yeah, look at the dragon skull helmet. Were you there for that episode?
Own that. No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
But you own that, Kagasis.
Yeah. I'm wearing a dragon skull. I'm wearing a dragon skull because we found it.
Right.
And I tried to blend in as an ogre and as an orc. So I put it on. And now I'm wearing this skull with like 2 purple eyes.
I only ask if you're wearing pants because Kegasis, he's the body of a keg. He's redwood. So
Winters.
that's going to be bouncing.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
It's so
Does Kegasis have a saddle? Is Kegasis saddleless, or is it like
we unite as one? It's like my spigot slips into his
spine? Yeah.
like on fucking Avatar with the hair.
Yeah.
So, Doug, you didn't hear all the cool stuff we found then. So, yeah, we found a shiny sword.
I'll let you tell him while I'm going to make a drink.
Okay. So, yeah, we found a shiny sword, a long sword that has dancing lights.
That is cool. That is cool.
And we also found a magical staff with a snake effigy on it.
Yeah,
that's
for magic users. Magic users.
So, we weren't allowed
who did we say we were going to give the sword for? Who did we say we were going to give
We were going to give it to Birdperson because he needs a new weapon because his maul was shit, but he hasn't turned up since.
Was it a sword? Oh, that's right, because it was like a bastard sword, wasn't it? So smaller than the broadsword.
It's a long sword. So yeah, it's smaller than the broadsword that you. Or
bigger than the broadsword, but smaller than the bastard sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we tried to tie it. We tried to tie it to the top of the staff, but
didn't work.
To make it essentially a staff, but no, Dan saw right through that one.
We should. If we don't have anyone to use it with, we could use it as a negotiating tool.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. But it sprinkles ice everywhere.
Yeah, like magical ice light.
Magical ice lights.
Yeah.
We could use it as a negotiating tool, and then once we've won the battle, steal it and give it to Splurg at the bar.
True.
Oh, yeah.
And then he could chill frosty beverages at the bar.
Well, yeah, because I got the ring.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or, no, just listen. You attach it to keg. This is.
Mm-hmm.
we just tape it to him.
Like a ram.
Yeah. Like on his head. So he can just like so he now becomes like a unicorn. Again,
I'm okay with it.
It's a Kegasis.
A Kegasis unicorn.
I thought it said straight to you.
No.
I said keg. I said keg, and then I realized I meant so I just like because at the end
they used to put armor on horses. With like fucking
they did. They
spikes. So let's just magical duct tape.
Yeah, magically duct tape a sword to your horse's head and see what happens.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
You know what? It's probably a bit more easy to deal with as a GM than burning down a whole witchwood. So
let's use it as a negotiation tool and see how that goes. Because so far the only thing that we have to stand on is our intimidation mounts.
I mean, this is cool though. I mean, you both are flying and I'm not. But I know. Oh yeah, Kegasis can fly. We taught him, didn't we? We taught.
He's got basic flight. I don't know if he's got.
Yeah, because you and I taught him to fly. We strung him up in a tree.
Yeah.
What?
Pushed him.
We tied a rope around it, hoisted into a tree like a pulley, and then pushed him to teach him how to.
And then we were convincing him that he was flying.
Yeah. Like Heimlich in A Bug's Life.
That's it. Not a problem.
I
need to go drain the water bottles. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys. All I know is when Saudade dies, the fancy lad name will carry on with his son.
Oh, man. We get up to some stupid shit. Especially this group, especially the three of us. We have like the most brain schemes.
Oh, shit.
So you've been teaching Kegasis how to fly. It's still got very stubby wings, so it's not quite a flying mount yet.
It's all right. That is all right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just like marching on. As we're marching, I'm trying to strap this sword to the back of Kegasis' head so it like sticks out like the top of it, sort of thing.
Cool. Give me a survival check to see how this looks.
Ooh. Let's see, because I think survival's... Oh, no, survival's all right for me. 19 altogether. Bang, bang.
All right. Where is... so you've kind of affixed it on there, and you think if Kigasis has to like headbutt someone, maybe something will happen. We'll see.
Maybe. I like the sound of that. It's a
strong maybe.
Yeah, it's a very strong maybe.
It's the strongest of maybes. Navigation. That's what I want. Cool. As you're making your way through the Witchwood, sort of a day's journey through the Witchwood, you have to stop or you believe you have to stop and make camp, as it is getting quite late. Or you can press on, though of course you can press on through the night. Though of course that has its own dangers.
Press on.
Yeah, we're mounted. We might as well just ride these babies till dawn. Yeah.
You know what else has dangers? Being asleep in a forest. You know? Like,
someone light a fire.
How many times have we done that? We've been attacked.
Yeah, someone could start a fire. Start a bushfire right around.
Hobgoblins, and we don't want to do that.
No, bugbears and...
Oh my.
Can't we just march through it?
Lions, wargs, and Kigasis, oh my. Cool. All right, you press on.
Yeah.
Each of you give me a Constitution saving throw.
Not a problem.
Certainly.
All right. 8. Man, what's the bonus that we get if we were next to the keg?
+2.
+2.
Cool. 12 altogether from Big Saudade.
18 from Gronk.
16 from Keg.
Okay.
Plus your 2 for being you.
He doesn't get it for himself.
I get 2 for being me.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, right? You all get to enjoy being around me, but I certainly don't enjoy being me.
Oh, was I on mute? Yeah, I got 12.
All right. Let me check something. Okay. As an old man, Saudade, your constitution is not quite the same as these young, strapping boys. You're going to suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, what does that mean?
Oh, that's not good. I actively avoid that.
Oh, really?
So let me
actively take it up.
I don't like to. I tried to get it up and then down.
So I've just updated your character sheet so I can look for it. It's on your profile there. There's in the little happy smiley face. A little smiley face. You mouse over that, and you change your exhaustion level to 1.
Oh, okay, awesome. There we go.
Handy.
And does it tell me what happens if I'm at 1?
You have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Does it do it for you?
I don't know. I don't know if it's that smart.
Okay.
So, quick question. So, ability checks is like anything that's basically not an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your saving throws, I think.
That's later.
That's later?
4, I think.
Yeah. Let me have a look.
Like if I wanted to do a perception check, that's an ability. That's a second.
Yeah, ability. Yes. Perception checks, stealth checks, athletics contests, all of that.
That's pretty fucked up.
It's not good being tired.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
That's the price of pushing through the night.
And you know what? That is, especially when I have to drag these 2 along.
I hear they have great coffee where we're going.
Mm. Have this hemp drink. It's really great.
Hold on.
Time just flies by.
Changes in mood, impaired memory, difficult. Man, this is all the negative stuff. I need to try and get like the positive side of Skull Gorge, Colorado Dreams. Let me just read that part of the book. I'll be right back.
He says I missed some.
Cool. All right. So you're making your way through the forest along the path. You sort of cross the river. Let's go back to the Witchwood, shall we? You make your way to through the night. You make your way to a parting in the road. The Dawn Way main travel road is winding deeper into the woods, and you come to a spot where a wide track leads away from the road headed west, and a massive effigy of some kind stands here, a 15-foot tall humanoid shape made from a sagging, moss-covered frame. It almost looks like a crude, giant-sized scarecrow or skeleton, and birds kind of nest in the massive barrel that served as the effigy's head.
And that's off to the west.
It's sort of on the path. Yeah, there's a path leading to the west, and sort of at that intersection.
Oh, it's at the okay.
On the side of the road. It's not like in the middle of the road. It looks quite old, obviously, but it's sort of like a tree on the pathway, right, next to the road. And then the path continues on to the west as well, or the road continues north. Is that what Keg says? It's just a tree?
Yeah. Like I'm asking you, is it a tree? Like it's carved into a tree?
It's more like someone's planted a scarecrow here, but on a massive scale. So they've taken it's not a natural. Well, it's made of wood and natural stuff, but it's not a tree that's growing from the ground, right? It's someone has taken a tree, cut a hole, dug a hole, put it, planted it here. And use bits and pieces to kind of make it look human-like, but yet giant.
Okay. Let's say Keg stops in front of it and stares at it, like looking into it.
So kind of like a Native American totem pole. Is that what I'm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With sort of arms out, or what looks like a frame of arms outstretched, even though there's no hands or anything like that. It kind of just gives the feeling of arms, right? And then sort of it's got sort of a tree trunk being put on it as its head almost, and you can see that some birds have nested in it.
Yeah. Keg is staring into it, and he's like, "This is destroying the natural beauty of whichever forest this is." Whichever wood this is, and
the which wood? Which wood is it again?
Whichever wood we're in, and goes to jumps off the chimera and begins to push it over to destroy it.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
No problem.
This thing is pretty solidly built, and as you get closer to it, you realize that the wood here, or the tree that was kind of planted in here, has you sort of brush off some of the moss off the sort of core of it, and you realize that it does have carvings, almost like a Viking totem, or like a Native American totem or something like that, right? Like someone has sort of carved this wood in an incredibly intricate way, despite its size. Give me a let me look at Keg's character sheet for a sec. Where is it? Where's Keg? Where's everyone? There we go. No.
I continue trying to hack it down.
Yep. None of you can seem to read these runes. It's just too big and solidly built. It's like trying to hack into a tree with your tankard keg. It's you're just doing superficial damage at best at the moment.
Now, if I remember,
you have to light it on fire.
I'm pretty sure Gronk's got an axe that kind of does really well in wood.
No. We'd have to set it on fire.
Okay, how about you try your axe, son? Because I remember I chopped a tree once that was really evil, and it screamed.
All right, I'll try and chop it down.
This is an evil tree.
Give me an attack roll, Gronk.
Oh, no, good. Fire's gonna do it.
You half-heartedly swing at this thing, and as soon as the axe of this, as soon as the head of this axe bites into the wood, it kind of explodes out in splinters, and you take a huge gouge out of this wooden effigy, this decrepit effigy.
Fuck yes,
I'm just like, fuck my life. That's cool.
I am so much stronger than I thought. Is this what it means to be a lord? Do you just get more stronger?
This is Lord Powers.
I actually say this is what I thought. I used this axe. I thought I was, it fucking works, but then it didn't work anymore.
So with if you choose to, I guess with a couple of quick blows, you sort of hack this thing to pieces. The sort of hollowed out stump, almost eerily like an empty keg itself, ends up coming loose from the totem, crashing into the ground. The old nests that the birds had made in it, flopping out with a sort of a fluff sound, and you have desecrated this effigy. Congratulations! What do you do now?
Pay on it.
Did you say pee on it?
This is your show.
Did you just say pee on it?
Pay on it. We have to bless. Keg says now we have to bless this hollow ground so that the forest may renew afresh. And Keg pays on it.
It's a bloody good save, Keg. It's a bloody good save.
So by peeing on it, we all understand that means Keg opens up the spigot. And lets some of that fermenting hemp water out onto this ground. Do you say any words, Keg?
I mutter a small prayer under my breath. Yeah.
Okay.
If you say Makara, I actually join in with you. Just an FYI.
If you want.
Only cross streams. Don't cross the streams.
I cross the streams.
Only if you say Makara.
Cool. All right. Do you continue along the road?
I jump back on horrific and.
Yep. I think we keep heading north.
Cool. All right.
Desecrate a sacred site. Back on the road, boys.
We saved the forest. We're greenies.
So it's a couple of as sort of dawn hits. You come to, the ground itself has been kind of rising for the last few miles, and finally the forest itself starts to peter out. And this is this is the 6th day now.
Yep.
Ahead is a stretch of barren ground about 60 feet wide, ending in a gorge, roughly 100 feet at its narrowest point. The gorge drops away precipitously to a fast-rushing stream far below that you can hear, but maybe you can't quite see yet from your vantage point, still within the cover of the forest. The ancient Dawn Way crosses the cleft on a bridge made of stone, Anchored at both ends to large stone towers with pentagonal roofs, the bridge seems sturdy despite its obvious age. It is clearly the only easy way to cross, since the gorge continues as far as the eye can see to the east and west. The 4 stone towers that anchor the bridge are each 40 feet high. A narrow wooden stairway winds around each, leading up to an open-air watch post at the top.
Keg flies over it.
So you head out?
Yeah.
As you start flying closer, Keg. Actually, you know what? Before I let you do that, I'm going to show you a cool artist's rendering of what this looks like.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Oh,
What?
That's badass.
Yeah, it is.
Is the dragon included?
Yep.
So we're on the close side.
Close side, yeah. Yeah. What you can also see as you, Keg, as you sort of ready to take flight, that there is a small encampment of a half dozen tents clustered near the southern side, near the northern side of the bridge. Curls of smoke from campfires attest to some sort of activity. Saudade, with your incredible vision, you notice that there are actually small humanoid figures standing at the watch posts on top of each of the 4 watch towers with some kind of bows in hand. And on the bridge itself are 2 powerfully built drakes with sort of green glowing eyes sitting watchfully near each end of the bridge. Yet, of course, the thing that takes most of your attention is the impressive creature present on the northwest watchtower on the far side of the gorge. It lies basking in the sun, but its bright yellow eyes are fixed on the bridge.
Are these the people we wanted to negotiate with?
Ozymandias.
Dragon is.
Yeah, the dragon is, because he's holding the fort. But these humanoid creatures, well, man, I can't tell you if they're orcs. They're orcs or not. And if they are, that's probably the beginning of the troops that are coming. Who are holding the bridge with Ozymandias. If I'm gonna,
they arrive in a day, so yeah.
That could be the whole army. This could just be like the the holding troops. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like how the other ones were stationed at Vraath Keep, keeping the supply chains open.
We came to negotiate with a dragon.
Yeah.
So how do we? Let's think about what we know about dragons. I know the shadow dragons.
We killed them.
An ice dragon. Yeah, an ice dragon.
We ran from that. We killed that, or we ran from that?
No, we killed it.
Oh, good.
We killed it? I think we killed it, didn't we?
I remember you think you killed it. And you also remember seeing it fly away after the destruction of the pyramid.
That's not good.
That was 300 years ago.
What?
It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it hasn't. Wow, or it hasn't happened yet.
Or it was 300 years ago.
Either way,
it's either dead of old age or still in the pyramid. So don't fucking worry about that dragon.
Dragons are immortal if they're not killed. I'm pretty sure they live for thousands.
These fucking game masters just make shit up.
Yeah, that's why you love this game.
So, yeah, can we burn down the witch wood? Check your morals.
I never said no. That was Keg. Keg bitched out of that one.
Keg can't burn down the fucking witchwood. I don't care which.
Better cancel your 75 hard now, mate.
You know what? I like Keg from 2 weeks ago, who was all in on the plan before he remembered that he's got morals.
He likes one thing: trees.
Beer.
Yeah.
That statement was debunked straight away.
I know. All right, Gronk, it was your plan to negotiate.
All right. How do we show this dragon? So let's take out the people at this side of the.
Wait, do we never speak Draconic? Do you guys speak Dragon?
No, I don't.
I thought you did.
I don't either.
I'm pretty sure Barnaby speaks Draconic.
Oh no, I don't want to deal with him. I'll wing it with the dragon. It'll be fine.
All right.
All dragons can speak us.
All right. I think that the 3 of us should just ride up together.
We gotta look strong.
Yeah.
Hold on. How about we just snap the necks of the people on the bridge, to show the dragon that we are just as strong as the people he's doing, if not stronger, and then that way we come from a position of strength.
How about before we start murdering the people that may work for this dragon, we may talk to them first?
We look strong. Should we raise the white flag of negotiation?
Nah, white flags make us look weak. How about a skull and bones flag, like pirates?
We might do like the peace among worlds.
Hold up the glowing sword.
That's a great idea, actually. Hold up the glowing sword.
We fucking...
Yes, smart Keg. Hold up the glowing sword.
Yeah, how about Keg? Can you do it? Because you look back. Oh, but you got the shining tankard. You got the tankard and shield.
Yeah, and you're the one actually on Kegasus. So Kegasus on a redwood.
Oh yeah, I'm on a Kegasus.
I think you guys should be on either side of me so you can fly off and look cool if we do that. So
Kegasus can't fly.
But
he's still in training.
He's the one with the shield. He's the one with the shield. The shield.
So yeah, and he's the king. So you should probably be in the middle.
Oh, probably actually. Now that don't forget, I read it and I started reading at the book again. Talking about how there's the emperor that was followed up by the second emperor of the Vergami. And then I just keep drifting on about all these different emperors that followed.
It sits down again.
Yeah. Tell me more about myself.
I'm all ears.
So then after another hour, we just, it is, I reaffirm that Keg is actually an emperor, and there was 3 kings afterwards.
All right. I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to hold up the sword. Keg's going to be on my left. Saudade's going to be on my right. I'm going
to hold up the shield.
Yep. We're going to approach the southern side of the gorge.
How are you holding up the shield? On your, have you taken it off your arm and are holding it like you're presenting it, or?
Foolish.
Okay.
Foolish.
Okay.
That shield's riding a Manticore.
So, it might look like I'm hiding behind it, but I'm not. I'm displaying it. I'm very toughly riding into battle behind the shield.
The white flag is actually the thing that makes you look weaker. And I'm holding up the pirate flag. Just an FYI. So you got the sword.
Pirate flag?
The sword. Yeah,
you remember how? A pirate flag.
I made one really easily. Know how we were saying let's hold up a white flag.
That's not the weirdest thing I've heard today.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna we approach the southern side of the
bridge.
Yeah, the bridge. Thank you.
He's an English teacher.
Yeah. Easy Manius, we've come to parley.
You yell out across the bridge, I guess, as you now you leave the cover of the forest, sort of back. Yeah. So
very exposed.
What's the wrong thing? Yeah, the forest is probably back here where the map starts, right? So we've got, what was the name? We got Kegasus. Let me just pull out Kegasus. We got Horrific. And what was yours, Brent?
Dory.
Okay.
So I was imagining we're all going to be walking our way up. Oops, I want myself to be on top.
Yeah, it probably won't stick you to it. I think I need a special mod for that.
That's right, it works.
I'll put you behind him just so you're easily targetable.
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
Cool, and you're in the middle?
Yep.
Not that we need to be targeted. I mean, we're just having a chat. Right? Targeting and ordering. And...
As you approach, one of the archers in the battlements sort of fires an arrow down in front of you, kind of as a warning shot.
It's okay.
A challenge is issued out of halt. Who goes there?
We are the fancy lads. I am
never heard of you.
Lord of Vraath Keep. This is Keg, King of the Vraath Empire. And this is Saudade.
Burner of your mother.
Definitely.
Good start.
Brilliant start.
Who said start strong?
Are you still? I assume you're kind of still talking at him, or is that kind of it?
No, I think that we announced who we are, and Saudade definitely says that he owns his mother.
The Drake, sort of in the middle of the bridge, or sort of the entrance to this bridge here, sort of snarls what seems like acid dripping from its maw, sort of sizzling on the cobblestones of the bridge, and the orc yells back, haven't you heard? The human empire is dead. This is the age of the orc, and the orc empire will live forever.
There is nothing on this bridge but dead men.
Negotiating. Negotiate.
And he's sort of
Gronk, starting strong.
A sentence.
Start strong, mate. Start strong. Keep going.
and you see the.
I hadn't finished my sentence.
Okay, so please continue.
Doug started yelling.
Okay.
Unless we talk with Nezimandius.
At its name, the creature you see almost like it was sort of watching, and it sort of raises its head slightly to sort of get a look at you through the between the towers, and the creature sort of flaps its wings from its point on top of the tower and kind of floats over, does two kind of lazy circles around, and then lands atop one of the towers looking down at you, and says, "You know my name. You wish to speak with me?"
We have come to discuss terms.
He flies over. And let's zoom in here. Cool. He says, terms, perhaps terms of your surrender.
More like terms of a new partnership. One that is mutually beneficial and will save us all death and carnage.
We've already made a partnership, and it is not with you. Perhaps depending on what you offer. And like the orcs, like in the tower, are kind of looking up at the ceiling of obviously this beast above them are like, wait, what? And he says, well, what do you propose, little mortal, little morsel?
Obould's reign will never come to pass. This land is ours and shall remain as such.
We've, after sentence, I come in and I said, we have come from the future, being brought here by a witch. And we've seen that these orcs, after they run rampant, actually turn on you and burn down the witchwood, which you live.
We do not live in the witchwood.
Witchwood? Wait, which one?
And, in fact, burning down the witchwood might be the best thing for it. There are giants.
This is why we're going to work so well together. I agree.
There are giants that live in that wood.
Well,
really?
Oh, man,
giants?
Yeah, So, number one, you don't seem to have questioned our future reading thing. I mean, which is great, because we're from the future. We actually defeated this pyramid, and then we got sent into the future. Now we've come back in time. So we've seen everything, and we've seen these orcs.
And in that future, you just said that Obould wins.
Yes, and then he turns on you. Which part of that don't you understand?
So we've backed.
He gets power hungry. So he beats the mankind, and then he turns around. And he tries to take out the dragons because he knows that that's the next big threat.
Well, now that we have your warning, we know we've backed a winner, and we'll know to discard him at the right time.
And you're welcome for that information.
But why would you discard a tool after it has done the job it is intended to do?
Keg, you might be up here. You might have to show why we're the winners now that we're coming back. Keg?
That's the exact sort of information that we have that we can continue providing you for a mutually beneficial relationship. I'm Keg, by the way. I'm a Keg. I'm a talking Keg.
Put it this way: in the past that we came from, which we're here to stop, Orcs didn't have any resistance. We've already taken out 2 leaders of the Orc army. One of them from the Vraath Keep. The tides are changing. What used to be a winner is now a loser, and what used to be dead is now alive and kicking ass in the past.
You've yet to tell me what you offer. Obould's deal.
This sword.
It sort of breathes out slightly. You feel sort of a mist of acid in the air, despite sort of the early morning chill. And it says, a trinket. Can you even imagine what Obould has offered us? And if you come here with trinkets and toys, me and my kin will just have to eat you now and take those toys and trinkets from you because you're bringing children's things to a man's war.
I'm sorry, did you think when we said this sword, we meant the sword? No. What we mean is swords, as in an army in that forest. Now, we came here to work with you and work out a mutually beneficial relationship. However, if we have to leave this parley on poor terms, this sword is what you will receive, as in a metaphor.
Are you intimidating the dragon?
Just keeping the conversation rolling. Keeping the conversation.
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
You thought that we brought you this sword as a gift. It's an army, not a sword.
Yeah.
What has Obould promised you?
It sort of thinks for a moment and kind of looks at you and says, poor little wayward orc, so far from home, yet so close. I smell the touch of humans on you. Have you strayed so far? Have you strayed so far from your kin? Become one of them? They tell, we were there when the humans climbed out of the trees for the first time and picked up sticks and beat each other with them. And you've sided with these monkeys. It's cute, but regressive.
Who said that?
The dragon.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And you sided with an old man and a brood of children.
It looks at Saudade at that comment.
I was like, why are you talking on behalf of the dragon?
So he says, Obould is young and will will live long enough to see his goal of building the Orc Empire.
The Orc Empire will be mine, or I will smash it to pieces.
Give me an intimidation check on this, Gronk.
Do I get advantage because we're all lined up on our cool little?
You are lined up very coolly. Give me that.
Woo! Alt, you said?
I think alt. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's one lower than I could have got.
Yeah. Lucky you had that advantage. The dragon kind of assesses all three of you a little bit and says, well, I cannot break a deal that we have entered into. Would I be a dragon of my word if I did such a thing? Now, my job is
a dragon of wealth.
My job is to keep an eye on this bridge and make sure no one crosses it who isn't supposed to. But what do you offer her that would make you the right kind of person to cross this bridge?
Obould's son, and I pointed wrong.
All right.
I mean, I was just going to say, you do not need to break your bond. We will not cross this bridge. However, we shall break the bridge.
The dragon, Yzimandius, Dragon of Dragons, says, look, I'm afraid I can't let that happen, but if you were to swear your fealty to her, little grumpshling, perhaps I would be more inclined to see that you were on the right side.
All right.
Unfortunately, fealty's kind of a problem for me. I have a liege, taxes, paperwork. See? Pulls up the deed.
Yzimandius says, well, that's unfortunate because there is only one true queen.
Jesus?
Mary?
You know what? I think we need a drink. How's that drink coming along, buddy? Potent yet?
No.
Give me a history or a religion check, perhaps.
Which one?
Whichever one you think it's kind of your.
I mean, Gronk, you've dug most of this hole.
You don't want me doing either of those things, boys.
I have to roll disadvantage. I have to roll a disadvantage.
You certainly do.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you should be good at religion.
Yeah, you should be. You're a pal.
Did you say history and religion?
History or religion, yeah.
We've rolled. Oh, yes.
Don't tell me it's Natty. Oh, my goodness. Natty Doug's back.
Natty Doug.
Natty Doug, but the wrong way.
Natural.
He's skinny Doug now. He's gone too hard. He's gone 75 too hard.
Jamie, if you want to leave me, I understand why. It's not going well over here.
So I got really pumped when I saw the 22, then I realized that was Gronk's intimidation check.
You have no idea what this dragon's talking about, which is probably half of the course for Keg.
Oh, yeah, no, I do. I tried to convince that we have an army across.
This dragon does not seem to just you've intimidated it. You think, or Saudade, I guess you probably catch this with your incredible insight. I mean, who can really understand the workings of a dragon? But this is the kind of creature that Gronk sort of puffed out its chest. This is like a small dog yapping at you, acting like a big beast, and you going like, oh, this is kind of cute. I'm going to see how this plays out, but not frightened in the slightest. Like, here's this kind of yappy dog that kind of sounds like it's interesting, but as soon as I'm bored again, like, I'm done here.
Straight to the dragon. All right.
We should burn the forest down.
You talk about power. Let us give you a chance to show you our power. Let us fight one of your champions right here, right now. And I draw a line in the ground with my staff.
The dragon says, like, sort of looks around across the bridge and says, "Okay,
cool.
I'm right here."
Oh, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. I say, excellent, excellent. I do not break, but
it's a one-on-one between Saudade
and it sort of hops down and sort of makes its way to you. Or your mounts actually step back as this thing sort of stands in front of you.
Bad, horrific. We will watch Saudade die with honor.
I mean, are the three of us fighting the dragon? Because I'll take that fight.
I mean, I'll take the fight with the fight.
I tell you,
I take like a bit of a macaroni.
I turn around and I say, "Macaroni, motherfuckers!"
Jesus.
And that's
I
what
don't know what that means. Is that one or all?
Yep. Sean?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
And I guess, like, I was going to say, like, to end...
This is like an Aragon, where he looks back with the spear and says, "Makara, motherfuckers," and charges in.
And what I do, I charge in, and, like, I guess the last thing we see is I just launch my spear. Like, I run in, like, to here, and as I'm launching my spear at the dragon's chest.
Yeah, cool.
And
that's where we'll end it. That's where we'll end it for this week.
Didn't Aragon have the armies of Earth behind him?
Yeah.
And I've got you two. All right?
Whereas,
so you tell me who's better well-equipped.
I feel like Saudade's done like I feel like Saudade's done like a King Leonidas when Xerxes shows up. Yeah. And he's got, like, Xerxes got all the army, and Leonidas has, like, his 5 dudes left in the shell, gets up and throws a spear, and we'll see what happens.
By the end of the day, God will bleed.
Great negotiating, guys.
Now, guys,
okay.
Let's just say, let's all catch up here next week while the others are playing, and we'll try and, like, iron out new characters for the week after.
Keg's running.
But Keg could fly away, honestly.
Fly the fuck out of here.
No, look, think about it, all right? We got one dragon, pretty easy stuff.
Well, but does the dragon think it's just fighting you? Are the other guys going to jump in as soon as we fight the dragon?
No,
this is what was not made clear.
I specifically used the noun us.
That's true, you did. You did say that you fight us. That's true.
Yeah. I said let us prove to you our strength.
So, however, I think the dragon was speaking in third person, so that may have been lost in translation.
Either way, I'm about to kill a dragon, guys. You can join me, or you can stand. You can join me, or you can stay in the sidelines. But somehow, I'm taking down a dragon. Maybe not this lifetime. Maybe not the next 20 lifetimes. But one of my characters eventually will defeat this dragon.
I think it sounds that's fair and reasonable. I think
unbelievable.
We're just gonna have 20 characters to respawn next week as you guys just sit there and watch each character run into the dragon.
Like lemmings, you just like it's got a pre-amount of people it can kill before it just shuts down and goes to sleep.
Yeah, it's like, so Saudade, you've died. Who's next? No Saudade.
God.
Next one, about it.
Look, honestly, if you all die, I guess we just go figure out what the judges are up to right now. You know what I mean?
Much,
this is not how I wanted King to go. I'm not okay with this.
Or, the other half of the fancy lads who are in Waterdeep at the moment, they move to a weekly game, and we play every week.
Maybe we move.
These are the stakes. Actually, you know what? These are the stakes. If your characters die, it's like, nope, that's it. You don't get to roll new characters until the rest of the fancy lads are dead. This is the tontine, bitches.
But technically, I've got Mara. Just saying, I've had that one on my sleeve this whole time. And one of us has the bird.
I got Worm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Worm. Doug.
Keg will go down like a pussy in chains.
Keg's like, I surrender. Anything for life. I'll bend the knee.
If Alex's Birdperson goes down, he's got Ebrithil to like magically turn up, and then actually he's got Ebrithil's brother to avenge death. So he's got 2 characters backed up.
Barnaby's got Tarnaby.
Unbelievable. So see, this is the weakness. You guys haven't formed emotional attachments to your characters. You're willing to throw them out.
I don't want Gronk to die yet. This is Gronk's campaign. I don't want to lose him now.
Yeah,
anyway, I got to get out of here. I got an early start.
But
thank you very much. That was a great session.
Yeah, that was
Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Doug. Take care, buddy.
Thanks, man.
See you guys.
Next week
in the chat for Keg.
Next week we kill a dragon and we burn down the Witchwood.
Oh god, this is scary.
It was.
I'm going to say now. Catch us later. Thanks, Dan. That was awesome.
Thanks, Dan.
Catch up.